Hey traders, blessings to you. Thank you for joining me. This is Ben Leto. I am tickled pink that you're here. Let's jump into spread trading with BOSA. How many of you know what a spread is, right? Spread is where you buy one instrument and sell another. It's a time-tested ancient technique of mitigating your risk. Diversification is the name of the game. And yeah, you can do that today, right now in NinjaTrader, but you do need BOSA. BOSA is a tool that lets you quickly plot one instrument against another, and trade them efficiently and easily. We've got these input buttons that let you quickly buy and sell a spread, um, buy one or two. You can increase the number of spreads that you're buying and selling. Now, buying a spread means you're buying the proposition that, in this case, the 6E or the Euro futures is going to go and gain distance away from the Swiss futures, 6E. So buying this spread means you're looking at a increase of the distance between the 6E in a positive direction versus the 6S. Selling the spread is the opposite of that. So if we sell this spread instrument, you're actually selling the euro futures and you're buying the Swiss futures. Buying a spread is buying the euro and selling the Swiss. Selling the spread is selling the euro and buying the Swiss. I know that sounds like a lot, so let's break it down. I'm going to show you right here is a midline. You see this gray line in the middle? This gray line is the 300 period moving average of this spread. The spread is these blue bars. They look a little bit like price bars. And the 300 period moving average is drawn here. Now we're looking for a reversion to the mean. We're looking for this spread to go away from the mean and for it to come back and hit the mean. That is what these green lines are for. These green lines show as distance from the midline. It's $100 increments in equity. So from this gray line to this green line is 100 to 100 to 100. So the idea here is we want to go for when these two instruments get wildly out of synchronization, wildly out of correlation, I should say, that we look for them to come back. So if the euro future shoots up on news, and let's say that the Swiss future doesn't shoot up, we expect either one of two things: that the euro future will die out and revert back to a more equitable position against the Swiss. So that's a good time to go short. You're going short the spread because it's too big right now and it's going to get smaller. The spread is too large and it's going to get smaller. Or you're looking at the Swiss to catch up to the accelerating euro futures because they're correlated. That too is a short of the spread because you're going from a big spread distance to a little spread distance. You're going to sell that, a big amount. You sell it high when it's big, and then you're going to buy it back when it's smaller. That's spreading in a nutshell, I guess. So why would we have gone short after hitting this level? So we shoot up, we shoot up. Now this is this morning. This is on the 30th of September. We're shooting up, we're shooting up. We're hitting green line, green line, green line. And then we hit revert a little bit of weakness. We show some weakness staggering back to our, I think it's a 30 period moving average here. So go short when that gets hit. If we go short right here, our target is the midline. Now we actually hit the midline right at that point. That is a gain of $94. So you can see that 94 there. So that's a gain of 94. Now we took, actually, I guess it's maybe 90, depending on when you get filled. Um, Now the market moved against us right away. We took some heat, went up here, hit the hit the moving average again, right here. Going short at that price gives us a gain to the middle line of 164. So we're up 90 plus 160, is 250 on two spread trades. and boom, you're in and out. And this would have been a great trade this morning. I was not here. I was busy. So I missed this beautiful trade. Um, Obviously, you could hold on for a longer position if you're feeling so inclined, but our target is simple. We keep it simple, makes it a much more enjoyable experience, I think, anyway. Now, you could have earlier in the day, this is a beautiful setup, right? Go short when we move up above the first green level and retrace back to the average. That's an $81 in the pocket. Very no heat at all. It was a no problem trade. Here we go to the other side. We go down here, we come back up to the moving average. That's a $41 gain. You could have then also, you might have taken, you certainly would have taken this one. I would have gone long here for 70. $70 gain to the moving average. Sure, holding on would have been a great move, but nobody knows the future. Actually, let's take a look at show spread history. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little feature of BOSA. Now again, this is called BOSA. It's called the buy one, sell another, BOSA. So we're buying the ES and selling the 6S, a Swiss franc. This red and green dotted area here is the spread history. Yeah, the spread history. So on historically speaking, this spread during this time of day is below the midline. That's what these red dots mean. On average, this spread has tended to be below the 200 period, or the moving average. When it's red, historically we're down. Green, historically, green here means we're above the 100. I think it's actually a 300 moving average. Let's settle that. Oh, I've got it at 400. A channel period is at 400. Okay, so this is a very long-term, very slow-moving average. So isn't that interesting? So during this time of day, from 5:20, 5:15 up until 8 o'clock, the spread, and I know these numbers ahead of time. You can see this is our spread picture going into the future. We're predicting to be overbought right here. This is a great time to consider going long in the spread. But again, if you're holding a position, my point is if you're holding a position here and you see this expectation to be above the 100, you could hold on for a longer position and pocket more gains. Not a problem at all. Oh, now this is interesting too, guys. I want to point this out. So the spread is a component. It actually has two components. It has the Euro futures and the Swiss futures. Why would we have gone short right at that point? This is 6:14 in the morning, between 6:14 and 7:19. I want to show you what the 6E and the 6S were doing at that time. So we're going to go short. Our idea is to go short. That means we're looking at shorting the 6E, shorting the euro, and buying the Swiss. Why would we have shorted the euro and bought the Swiss? So let's move our markers here. 6, I think 6 to 7, right? 6 to 7, roughly, this is our markers on the Euro futures chart. 6 to, well, it would have been 6 is right here. 6 to 7, we're looking at going short. The 6E from that period is against this indicator with the dots and the lines is the ATR forecaster. And anytime that we're above this mid region, this is like no man's land, okay? This gray area here in the middle, you're overbought. When you're above that region, you're overbought, meaning your expectation is to go down. And that's what the 6E did during that time. Now let's go and see the same chart on the 6S, the same time frame. So this is 6 o'clock and this will make at 7. Now look at this. The 6S, the Swiss franc, is oversold. It's below the mid-region. So your expectation is we're going to revert back. Now it's not very clear here, but we are oversold. So thinking this through would have been a great time to go and sell the spread because your expectation is a short of the 6E and a purchase or a long on the 6S. That is exactly the move you should have made, showing this payout right here. 7 o'clock, we end up dumping. We end up selling the spread, and you do hit a home run, a spread home run, by going short right into that move, $165. So spreads work, um, again, two instruments that are correlated. You want to be spreading them. Let's look at the RTY and the YM spread. Now this is a little different. Let's move to the current time. Let's make this a little bit better. I'm going to refresh that. We have a little errant price data. All right, so now this is spreading the Russell, which is the small cap 2000 small cap stocks, against the Dow 30 industrials. Uh, F7, let's see, this is right at about, so this is 8 o'clock. The yellow midline starts at 8 o'clock. Going long off of any of these levels, when we hit the green line and we hit the moving average, we start getting green moving average dots printing here. We held that to the midline. You get out there at the midline. That's a $130 increase in equity. So you're buying the spread here and you're holding for 130 bucks. Great, well-defined risk, well-defined target. We hit now, we're dry, oh, whoops, sorry. I messed up our scale, my bad. This is going to be a beautiful play here. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one today. Maybe we can do a recap video. Uh, I'm going to be buying when we hit this level. We're oversold, deeply oversold. This market has, the Russell has tanked versus the YM. So let's minimize this view. The Russell is on top and the YM is on the bottom. The Russell is tanking, but the YM has recovered a little bit. And that is why the market, the spread is actually tanking. What it's telling us on the spread is we want to sell the Russell, which is what this chart up on top shows us, and we should buy the YM, which is what this chart on the bottom shows us. And that's exactly how we would have done really well on this market. But I'm looking for now these markets to come back in correlation. So a buyer here at the red dot is definitely a consideration, something you want to think of. Let's back it up to a prior day. I was looking at this here. Oh, that's right. This is a trade I took. You can see I have the entry and exit markers here. I sold the spread here because we had such a huge move on the open. And I was expecting a reversion to the mean. It would have been a great hold to 283 in profit. But I got out early and I did good. I got I think it was $105 profit. I got out a little early, so I just kind of scalped a spread. There's nothing wrong with scalping a spread. Um, but hindsight shows I should have gotten out a little bit better. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. Now let's get off of BOSA. So this is BOSA. Feel free to visit me at store.sbgtradingcorp.com. You can see a video or two of BOSA. But I want to show you now The lion method, this is a method that we covered earlier in the year, and this is a science of overbought, oversold. Leto channels is drawing these pinstripe channels. The lower channel is overbought, oversold, I'm sorry, we're below the market. Historically, the market turns around on these levels and these levels down here, and it also turns around and goes down on these levels. So once we enter this pinstripe region up above, it typically turns down. Once we hit these levels, it typically turns up. Now, your expectation obviously is important here. We're expecting the market to turn, but you don't want to do it just on expectation. You do want to look for price confirmation all the way, guys. We're not going to just jump on board because we've hit some huge historical levels. But it is important to know that this blue level down here is the furthest we've been from the moving average in this entire look back period. So the blue level was exceeded here. So this is a big move against history. Historically speaking, we've never been that low against the moving average. So do you think that's a good time to buy? I think so. Leave a comment in the video. Let me know if you think it's really good to consider buying once we've moved so far away from the average. So this paid out really well with heating oil. Both trades went long and we hit the target. Target is the midline. We also hit the overbought region up here, and that would have been a great short. Oh, this is crude, micro crude. Another great trade right here. We hit overbought here. We get a confirmation signal of the red back stripe, and that would have been a good trade. Again, going long here is a good trade. On the green stripe, we do hit overbought here. Let's look at the YM. Not much happening in the YM today. Oh, well, we did pick the low of the of the day with Leto channels, which is pretty good. Pretty good. And this is the MNQ. A good short here, a good short here, and a move downward. All right, guys, that's about all I've got for you. I would love to hear from you. Yeah, I want to hear from you. Let me know if you have any questions about BOSA. Feel free to visit me again at my store, sbtradingcorp.com. And you can email me anytime. I've got a contact form there. I'd love to hear from you. I am gone. My voice is shot today. I'd love to hear from you again. God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me. And I wish you nothing but good things. Have a good day.